everybody. Today my topic is about seabirds. Seabirds are fascinating creatures. There's many types of birds in our world, but seabirds range from just feeding in the water to swimming in the water. Personally, I think penguins are the king of all seabirds because they can not only feed in the water, but they also swim. Most birds don't have this ability. Seabirds are really cool because first, especially penguins, they can feed in the water and also most of them can float. Seabirds such as penguins use this specific process to keep cool. Have you ever worn a really thick jacket and you thought it was really hot? To make it more cooler, you had to take the jacket off, and then the air could get inside you more. This is what a penguin does, except how it releases air through its feathers is releasing aftershaft, or a layer of feathers that's pointing outwards so the air could go in. Also, its blood vessels get more irritated and swollen so the air can get sucked in. The reason that penguins might feel really hot is because of its thick blubber, which keeps it warm in the cool water in Antarctica. The supreme seabirds are the penguins. As you see, penguins not only have a seabird-like appearance, but also it's really adapted to swimming. For example, its flippers are designed to swim. Also, they can't fly because they're too adapted to swimming. Also, their beaks are sleek for grabbing fish, and also their skin is really sleek for streamlining in the water. If I was a penguin, I think I would swim really fast. The fastest penguin that can go is 19 miles per hour, a Gento penguin. Seabirds usually like to feast on cliffs, and those are nearby the water. By the sea, there's a lot of cliffs, and birds usually like to rest in those regions. Most seabirds, like coatis, like these white birds, like to nest on these cliffs close by the water so they can feed and also rest and raise their young. But seabirds also like different altitudes. Some, like smaller birds, like to move at the top, while bigger birds like to rest at the bottom. Seabirds learn to adapt to their habitat because before they thought that just one bird living alone was easier to target, while lots of birds in one place was harder for a predator to catch. That's why these seabirds are so smart. Seabirds also have a special way of finding food. These are some types of ways that seabirds find food. For example, albatrosses float on top of the water, and they go downward motions into the water to get their food. But this brown pelican goes straight down into the water, eyeing their prey, and just scoops it up. But this gull is swooping down to their prey and coming back up in a more wave-like pattern. Some birds, like this one, patter on the ocean surface, and creating splashes, they then get their food. And also, this one kind of does the same thing, and it's really small, so that's why it patters around. This one goes under to retrieve their prey, so they dive under and go longer distances than most birds to catch their prey. Most seabirds rely on fish to survive because that's what's near the oceans a lot. But other foods that seabirds eat can include clams, crabs, and little mollusks. There are special glands called salt glands in a seabird because that helps them clean out the extra salt. Just like us, too much salt in our body is not good. But penguins and other seabirds have to live by the water all the time and go in. And so this water is really salty, and when they swallow it, it's not good. So how do they clear it out? So first, the salt glands, which are between the eyes and the beak, will soak in all the salt. And when the salt is disposed, it goes out from the beak. It's kind of like when we produce mucus out of our nose to get rid of all the bacteria. This is the Atlantic puffin, which is a really unique type of seabird. I always identify it because of its really strong and big orange beak. It has this really white, shiny body. Also, its feet are meant for swimming because of these webbed orange feet. These Atlantic puffins are really special, and they learn to survive by digging underground barrels, and that's how predators don't eat them as easily. And migration for seabirds is just the same as normal bird migration. Just like all birds, some seabirds like migrating because it's too hot. It's too cold in the winters. Some seabirds go from the North Atlantic coast of Canada to all the way down to the South America. That's a long travel. And migration really helps birds. But if I was a bird, I would be really tired, because imagine having to spend a whole week trying to get down to South America. That would be very tiring for me. This is a short dive of a penguin, and these penguins are excellent swimmers. When they swim, they use their powerful feet and kick like rudders. Their streamlined bodies keep the water easily flowing past them. And how they breathe without losing speed is that when they have to breathe, they leap out and back into the water. If you know butterfly, it's kind of the technique they use, except it's for them, they leap all the way out of the water and take a breath. Seabirds have lots of techniques for survival. For example, their eggs range from hanging from cliffs to just laying them in the ocean. So these eggs are kind of triangular shaped because they are nested on the edges of cliffs. And the birds that do that make sure they're really secure. So when these eggs decide to roll, it will roll in a circle pattern instead of rolling away. And also these eggs have really special patterns, such as this one has blotches around a cream-colored background. This one has stringy stuff. And I think that these birds that lay them must be really unique, because all of these are so different, but I think they're by sort of the same species of birds. In conclusion, I think that seabirds are amazing, and one of my favorite animals are penguins. That's why I chose this topic, but penguins are one of the most significant animals in our world because they're birds that cannot fly but instead can swim really well. Thank you for listening. I hope you like and subscribe to my channel.